How is it going, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. I hope you are doing very well. Thank you for joining me. We have a short 11-minute video today. Well, not too short, but you know, just about right. And we have some footage in the background for you of a Mustang and a BF 109. Just some simulator action, obviously, as always. Just me messing around, trying to obviously get better, as I've previously said in other videos. But in general, it's just going to be me having a little talk to you, letting you know, get my words out, my thoughts on how everything's going for me at the minute. We are also trying a little bit of some effects basically within the video. As you can see, you've got the black bars on the screen, which is a bit of a cinematic look, you know, professional. No, not really. Just testing some things out really to see how it's all going and, you know, kind of find what I like and what I don't like. So let me know what you think down below, and also if you've got any tips and advice on how I can improve at simulator battles, that would be greatly appreciated. Because as you can probably tell from some of the shooting you're going to see and the dog fighting, I'm really not that great. But as I said, one of my main issues is once I've got someone in my sights, is actually putting them down, and also when I've got someone on my six, I'm not really too sure what to do. So at the moment, I'm actually currently playing around with my sensitivity settings. I'm trying to find. I don't feel like I'm getting enough response out of planes, you know, when I'm out there and when I'm flying. So I am actually going to be changing my sensitivity. I have been messing around a little bit recently, but just after this video, when I go and have a game, I'm going to change my roll sensitivity higher, and I'm going to change my yaw a little bit, and maybe my pitch as well. Not 100% sure. However, as it stands at the minute, we are mainly flying. We're flying the Brits, the Germans, and a bit of the Americans. I don't actually fly the Russians, the Japs, or the Italians. So maybe at some point I will start doing that, but not on my agenda just yet. What I actually want to do is rank up the Americans quite a bit and get to the Mustangs on there, because the Mustang that I fly here is a premium plane, which is in the British tree. But I actually want to fly, you know, the earlier versions of the P51s and the later versions, the P51D in particular. So that's kind of where I want to get to. However, I'm not having much joy in flying out American planes at the minute. In the previous video, I did fly a P40, and that was quite nice. It's quite a nice plane to fly. It's just difficult to see out of, to be honest. It's very restricted. There's a lot of bars in the way in the cockpit, which can make it very difficult when you are new to simulator, because obviously, you know, you can't always see everything, can't keep track of everything. And that's another thing, actually. I do have the track system called TrackHat. It's the cheaper version of TrackIR. I think it costs about 60 quid or so roughly, which, you know, isn't too bad. However, I can't seem to find a sweet spot with it. I've got the TrackHat clip, the wireless one, so it goes onto the side of my headset, and I just can't seem to get the right settings on it or anything. It doesn't pick up. It's either too inflated or it's not enough. So I still need to mess around with that. At the moment, I'm still really using just my joystick to look around, so I need to try and find something that's a little bit more, you know, the sweet spot for me. But yeah, it will take a little bit of tinkering. I have had it for a little while now. I just don't use it the majority of the time, to be honest with you. I'm not it's not that a massive fan, but yeah, because I haven't found that, oh, I really like this setting yet, I just don't tend to use it. I think if I could actually find, you know, what I want, then I'd love it and I'd use it every time I fly out. But no, at the minute I'm still tinkering. If you guys have TrackHat or any other sort of tracking system, then, you know, let me know how you managed to find your spot, or, you know, if anything you got advice on that, that'd be greatly appreciated. Now, I have been flying the Germans quite a bit recently, as well as obviously the other ones I've stated. However, I find the Germans are very difficult to fly in the fact that you have to have so much lead on your target when you're trying to shoot. But obviously, I mainly fly the BF 109s. I really don't like the Focke-Wulf, to be honest. The Focke-Wulf 190s I find they're so difficult to fly. I just can't get them down. To be honest, I go into a turn with one of them and I literally just spin it out, and I'm heading straight to the ground and plummeting to my death. And that is how it stays for me. So I don't tend to fly them out. But the BF 109s, I actually like flying. I just find it really, really difficult to shoot someone down, because you have to, you know, give so much more lead just because the viewing on the cockpit. You know, in the English planes, in the Spitfires, I mean, it's not as bad, so you can still kind of see your target when you're leading for obviously the flight path. But the BF 109s, literally just the way the cockpit's laid out makes it so difficult for me to even just, you know, put the guns on sight and just pop it in. So it's a little bit frustrating. I'm just gonna have a quick sip of coffee, bear with me. And we're all good. So yeah, that's one of the difficult things for me with flying with the Germans. So, you know, maybe I can try and get used to it. Let me know if you've got any advice, any tips on how you manage to fly with the Germans, and we can look at improving on them. Now, I mean, I really would like to get to tier 5 on, you know, every nation as soon as possible, but I know that's not going to happen, you know, relatively soon. I don't use a premium account, just don't tend to. I used to, but not anymore. I find that now, because I mainly obviously just play simulator battles, and I usually have, you know, maybe 1 game a day or something like that. I don't actually play as much War Thunder as I used to, just because I don't see the point in having that premium account for that particular reason. I mean, I really would like to get to the jets, as I've said, but it's not, you know, it's not a major thing. I have actually got 1 jet. I've got the Meteor in the British tree, but again, I don't tend to fly that out. I really would like to see what simulator battles is like flying a jet. I can imagine it was so much more difficult, because even like I can't fire now, right? I can't shoot someone down now. Imagine when I'm going, you know, a few hundred miles per hour extra, like. I can't do that, you know what I mean? That's why I think I definitely need that time to develop and improve. I think it's such a... It's not a hard... Well, I suppose no, it is quite a hard learning curve. I mean, you know, then again, I have played Battle of Stalingrad, and that's a completely different ball game, to be honest. You know, like you can come onto this and you can go, oh, War Thunder simulator battles. It's a little, you know, it's difficult. Takes a lot of time to learn. Try Battle of Stalingrad, man, that stuff's hard. But then again, obviously, if you know you've always been like a simulator man, then you know these games, especially War Thunder, it's not really going to be very difficult for you. But the main thing is that no matter what I'm doing, I'm always enjoying it. I think one of the only disappointing things that I think a lot of people come off simulator battles for is because they can fly around for ages, they can spot these little dots, they can fly over to it, it's either a friendly or it's an enemy, and obviously because they're not good enough to actually even compare with them, they just get shot down and they just get disheartened. And that was something that was like for me literally when I first started playing. As I said, I've been playing for, you know, I've been playing War Thunder for quite half a year now, not regularly, but on, you know, fair enough, and simulator battles for a couple of months. And when I first started, that was the exact same thing I'd do. I'd fly around, I'd see a plane, I'd be like, yeah, let's go to it. I'd get to it and it'd be a friendly. I'd be like, oh, for God's sake. And then I'd see another plane and I'd go to it and it'd be an enemy and it'd kill me, and I wouldn't even know what he did to kill me. And then one of the problems I still have is, as I've said plenty of times, is when I get someone on my 6. And the thing is, I don't know how to put it, but I like to learn, you know, I like to improve, I like to get better. So I've got the patience to understand that, you know, this isn't going to happen overnight. While there's for a lot of new players that, you know, play realistic battles that could be really good at it, you know, they may buy a joystick or they may just use a mouse. So come over to simulator battles, they're probably not going to be that great to start off with. And because they're not, you know, getting those kills and enjoying themselves, they don't have the patience for it and just go back to realistic battles. And that is one of the issues that you do have. But there's no way you can really combat it, because you can't make simulator battles any easier, to be honest with you. You know, if you did, then, well, you just wouldn't be, you know, wouldn't you be trying to replicate a simulator, would it? You know, it'd just be pathetic. It really would not be worth it. I mean, the only way you could really probably make it easier, I'd say, is make it so that it's like realistic battles where you've got the instructor, but you can only limit it to a cockpit view. So it is realistic battles. You can make it over the same sort of map, not as long. Maybe put on name tags at a further distance. So instead of they show up from 0.8 kilometers, it could be, for a friendly that is, you know, maybe it could be 2 kilometers. So at least then you've got a bit more of a distance to see of where your friendlies are, and it may give you a bit more of a chance. But you know, that's a topic for another video, to be honest with you. I think maybe we could cover that at some point. But as I said, I really don't think you can make it any easier, because as I said, in comparison to Battle of Stalingrad, War Thunder Simulator is piss easy. I mean, I just about took off in Battle of Stalingrad and found that, you know, quite difficult. Comes into War Thunder, and I think most people could take off if you just got a basic understanding of what you need to be doing. It's not too much of an issue. Saying that though, occasionally I do crash the plane when I take off. It's usually because I'm not paying attention though. I tend to crash them when I'm landing. That's a big thing for me. I come in just on a little bit of an angle, and then I try and alter the plane to get it straight, and it's just like boom. Yeah, and I crash. And then the guy that shot me about 10 minutes ago gets credited for the kill, and I'm like, whoa, I can repair my plane here. It says 2 minutes and I can repair my plane. How does that work? But yeah. Anyway, that is going to be it, guys. As I said, it was just a bit of a talk more than anything. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble. If you've got any questions, any advice, whatever, drop it down below. Hit that juicy subscribe button. Yeah, obviously, if you like what you see, that'd be greatly appreciated. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah. I'll see you all later. Bye bye guys, take care.
Returning to the base.